records that didn't make the cut that's great that we're probably going to use for other projects. But overall, it's just a great thing.
Will there be a Broken Ankles Part 2 or strictly Girl Talk Freeway, another collaboration? Or?
I think it's possible. I mean, I do think we had already talked about maybe leaking some of the tracks that didn't make the cut things, because it's kind of hard to explain how it came together, but there's certain songs in here where a verse was taken from another song, or there were extended portions that we didn't use, such as the song I Can Hear Sweat. There's kind of like a beat change at the end, and that actual whole thing is extended, and it was an incredible run. It was actually probably my favorite thing Freeway recorded. But I thought worked best is that little piece. So things like that I feel like we should just get out there, because I think it'll be interesting for people to hear, because I think this was recorded a little differently than the average project where just record a song and it's done. You know, this was kind of recording a bunch of pieces. So yeah, definitely going to leak some of that. And then for the future, yeah, I definitely think there could be a sequel or some type of collaboration.
With the song, like, you know, you mentioned that I Can Hear Sweat, which is dope. Kisses on that record as well. And, you know, automatically when I just see the title and then hear where it's going, I'm automatically reminded of Notorious B.I.G. Was that purposeful that you guys wanted to tap into that? Did it just kind of happen and you were like, oh wow, we're here and we're saluting big at the same time?
When I heard the record and I heard the big sample, I'm like, oh man, originally like, man, I'm gonna hit Kissing Styles up, try to get both of them on the joint with me, you know, I figured it would be crazy. But I just reached out to Kiss and, you know, we made it happen. He sent the verse back, it was amazing. Greg was happy with it, and we kept it moving.
Yeah, I think it's actually funny because when I gave the beat, sometimes I have a lot of parts that I'm not planning on using, but here's like A, B, C, D variations. So the big hook was actually kind of laid down just to hear how vocals would sound on it at first, and I wasn't intending it to kind of be structured like that. And then Freeway went in and just kind of took it as it was and kind of worked around that. And then once we heard that, it was like, oh, it's really clicking like that. So that was something where. Again, like that's not how I had initially intended it to be.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So then, like once he had that verse, and I think in the studio that day we were all really excited about that verse, and just kind of clicked really naturally. And I do think that's something Freeway is really great at, just hearing this song and just kind of building around it. You know, full song. It's not just like a piece. He's able to just make a whole song kind of immediately, feel it out, feel where the hook's going to be, all of that.
Okay. Now, and Free, that's what I was going to ask you about your creative process in this, because if you remember.